This is the Appliance Alliance Podcast, where we are elevating the appliance industry, one podcast at a time. Hey guys, and welcome to the Appliance Alliance Podcast. I am your host with the most equipment, and alongside of me, I have two out of my three co-hosts. We are missing the man with a plan who needs no introduction, Mr. TK Cousins. As you guys know, if you've been watching along, maybe you don't. We all are business owners. We all work in our business as well as own the businesses. And so, unfortunately, TK could not come along tonight to record the episode, but we'll get him out there doing a live or something to promote this before we drop the episode. So I have alongside of me my second co-host, my southern brother from another mother, Mr. EJ Magic Mike Johnson.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Also alongside of me, our newest co-host, don't let that fool you. She's the one, the only, the boss, Miss Ward.
What up, y'all? Let's bring it in. Let's get started. Woo woo.
All right, so this is a very special 30th episode, and we're grateful that you guys have come along with us. So we're going to take a little trip down memory lane. We didn't expect really we don't know what we expected when we started this, if we're being honest. TK and I, we just kind of came up with this idea, and we spun off with it, and here we are. 30 episodes later, rocking and rolling. So a couple questions for you guys. You guys have kind of been along from the beginning of this, EJ and Miss Ward. So EJ, question to you. First question. What's kind of been your favorite part about this Appliance Alliance podcast, and the trajectory of it?
Oh yeah. I've watched every one of the episodes. For me, it's been fun to watch you guys start this up, because before this happened, you mentioned the interesting way we came to know each other. TK interviewed me for a new business owner series in Facebook, and you happened to be the guy that edited and produced the video. And then Alex brought us together in the mastermind. So we became close friends. Not as close as we have been now, but watching two of my buddies, start up and do something big for the industry. Of course, I wanted to be part of it. All I had to do was figure out how to squeeze myself in there. You let me in with a little interview, and the rest is history.
Same question to you, Miss Ward. What has been one of your favorite things, or a couple of your favorite things, like as you've watched the podcast, as you become a part of the podcast?
Well, from the beginning, I always just liked the energy from yourself and TK. I enjoy that energy because I can see the vision. I can see the nuts and bolts behind the scenes. I've always been very clear about what it takes to start anything, but I'm also clear about what it takes to maintain it and grow it through the ups and the downs. So I have major respect from you guys, from your different angles, from, being a business owner and having this creative side and wanting to put something out that is really legendary. I don't think anybody really realized how this is the groundwork and the foundation that is needed for our industry to be able to come from diverse aspects and to come together and present something and let everybody know that appliance repair looks different, but we all have a common goal. So I just really like that theme. I'm honored to be a part of it. And the fact that I can come here and be myself is always 100 for me. So yeah, looking at on the inside in, man, I really, the sincerity, the transparency, and the honesty, and the way you guys welcome me with open arms. The reality is I get, a couple of comments here and there, but I'd be like, look, these brothers open a platform for me. I'm comfortable here. And like I say, my motto, go where you celebrate it, not tolerate it. So that's my view.
So one of the things that we love here on the Appliance Alliance podcast is that we kind of come from a bunch of different backgrounds, different places, different walks of life. Our backgrounds are they're so varied. and the way that we got into the industry, right? It's all so varied. There's some similar stories, but a good chunk of what we do is just it's different than each other, right? And so one of the things that we love, like almost becoming like a media outlet for the appliance world, is that we take different perspectives. We look at things very differently. And, you may not like one episode because we talk about more technical. You may not like another episode because you're a technician and we're talking about business. But, it's kind of fun that we get to talk to all sorts of people from all different walks of life. We want to get into manufacturers and just, different things like that. So, that's kind of been the mission. EJ, Miss Ward, do you guys have anything to add to that thought process?
Yeah, that's right. We talk a lot about business and what it takes to run our businesses because we are all business owners, and that's what we're really passionate about. Appliance repair is what we do. It's our life. Of course, we do it for other things. It's not the only thing in our life, but that's where we're passionate. But this podcast is definitely 100% intended for anybody in the appliance repair industry: techs, owners, managers, vendors, anybody looking for training, anybody that has training. You look through the list of podcasts we've done. We've done interviews with training facilities. We've done interviews with just techs, business owners. Really, we want to bring the entire community together and bring it to one place for you. So if you're interested in knowing or seeing something about the industry, you want us to bring on somebody and ask some questions, that's where you're going to come to find it, right here. Check out all the episodes, 29 of them. We got a lot of content out there for everybody.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree that it's for everyone. I like the fact we bring different aspects from different angles, and everybody came, a lot of people come in different. Some people, came through manufacturing, or they work with major companies, struck out on their own, really great techs, and then had to learn the business side, still learning it. And some people come from a business point of view, did the research, such as myself, and chose this industry simply because I have a mechanical background and I'm a data junkie. So the reality is for, every time we get together, we get a chance to hash out the day-to-day drama, because the business is like, you can put a plan in place today, but guess what? You better be able to adjust to the situation at hand. And that's what I like about it, is that we're all in different parts of the country. We're dealing with people from different walks of life. But the reality is an appliance is an appliance. High-end, entry-level, whatever. They all have the basics. And I think that's the same thing in business, is that we can all come together, share our experience, and grow as a team. That's what I love about this.
So this question's kind of a little bit loaded. But to give a little background on it, right? Like, I want to get what you guys' favorite episodes are. For me, it's so hard, and I'll probably share more after you guys go, because I'm sure you'll spark something. But I want to get your take on what favorite episodes are. And so the thing behind this, and again, I kind of hit on this a little bit earlier, but I really like that we talk to such a varied group of people. And so we get differing opinions, and we get, even though our businesses are all kind of coming more in line with each other, and we're kind of getting in the same vein and the same thought process, right? Like we're getting in a room, and we're not chatting with people that we're the smartest people in the room, right? Like we're all sharing ideas and kind of bouncing along. So for me, it's kind of been fun to do all the episodes, because we get to talk to such a different group of people, from manufacturers to job management to technicians to interviewing master samurai. Like it's kind of been all over the place. So there's kind of a little background. So I'm gonna toss it over to you, EJ. What's been one of your favorite episodes?
Man, that's a hard one. But I'll tell you, I got a lot out of every one of them. But most of them have brought a lot of value to me. I'll tell you, just honorable mentions. I enjoyed the House Call Pro introduction. Turned me into a House Call Pro fanboy. We still got love for work is, but that's my people over there. House Call. I'll tell you, the episodes we done about business and what it takes was really fun. But my favorite was while I was still an audience member was when you and TK done the flat rate pricing and the banter, the contradictory opinions. You know, we had some conflict. It was fun because that's a pivotal discussion in the industry. You know, do you charge hourly? Do you charge flat rate? How much do you charge? And you know, you came from hourly pricing. I decided I was going to do tiered pricing. Yeah, Justin's doing straight flat pricing. You know, and like you said, we've all shared our ideas, and sometimes somebody's got a better idea, and we all change. But it has been fun to see how we've aligned our businesses, like you said. And I'll tell you, I've recently met Miss Ward through this process, and but I'll tell you, I've been a fan for months. So I mean, even without direct contact, I'm aligning my business with some things that she's done. So I look forward to this relationship growing as well, because, man, like-minded business owners coming together and sharing ideas just to improve the industry. You know, that's where it's at. You know, we ain't competitors. We're friends. We're family. You know, we're all doing the same thing, providing for our families. So that's the kind of stuff I've liked with the podcast is like Miss Ward says, it's real. We're real people. You see, I'm wearing my uniform still. We're out there working every day. We're doing it. You know, this ain't just people thinking about it and talking about it. We're living it and bringing it straight to you.
Ward, it's your turn. So what has been one of your favorite or a couple of your favorite episodes along the way?
Well, you know, I have this unhealthy obsession for Bobby Howard from day one. For me to be flying the flag for the other time, I love me some Bobby Howard. Yeah, so the reality though is that, you know, in every industry there's always people you are in awe of. Like we all are in awe of Scott Brown. Period. You know, the technical game, the fact he has that engineering side, the way he dices, slices an appliance and his analytical approaches, you can't help but respect that, you know. And, you know, I feel the same way about Bobby. The thing I really like about his episode, watching him transition from an employee mindset to being a business owner, going through the ups and downs of being very transparent. And the thing I really liked about that episode is because he's a very humble man. He always gives you that humility, knowing that he got that Samsung game under his belt, the LG, and he's very serious when he goes to work. He's a family man with like a football team over there. You know what I mean? And he's what America's built on, reality. This guy goes to work every day and busts his butt in a legacy business to support his family and supports his kids through all their events. You know, the thing about people, what people don't understand is that we all come from different places, but we all are really proud to be Americans, that the opportunities we have in this country, regardless to who you are, what you look like, what your situation is, take your ass somewhere else and try to open a business and try to, you know, do what you do here. This is a reality. So, you know, I really enjoyed that podcast with Bobby. I enjoyed the cross section of everything. And I love the fact that I can sit on this platform with guys that people would think we could just sit at a table and have convo. That's like my biggest win-win about this situation. Like I know I could come and spend the night at EJ house, tell his wife move over, I'm coming in. You know what I mean? And it'll be good. You know what I'm saying? I know I could come up there with Zach. You know, I can trust my mentees with you guys and people I've coached because I sign off on how y'all get down. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna send you no mess. I'm gonna send you people who are vetted and they know Miss Ward is really supportive of their growth and that I'm making sure they go with, you know, they're around people who can help them go next level. You know, like I'm very serious on every angle because I feel like this industry has got a bad rap in a lot of ways because there are some people who felt like that they were shut out. Let's just keep it real. And some still do. They want to walk around with that chip. Go ahead. I'm gonna leave you back there. Because the reality is you can make your own way. It's your skill set, your work ethic, and the way you go to business is gonna um, distinguish the difference between who wins and who loses, and who's still gonna be standing in 2022, 3, 4, and 5. I feel like at the end of the day that you should be shaping and changing and shifting with the times, you know, and with the advantages. So you have to make those decisions as a business owner where you want to be not today but tomorrow. And I think that this podcast being teamed up with you guys, like I told you guys in the last call, I said, look, 365 days for the day, we all gonna be on stages, whether we expect to be or not, because we have a lot to say and a lot to share. So I'm looking forward to it. You know, see you at the top.
So, yeah, I mean, I've loved every episode. I've loved getting to know each of you. Yeah, you know, Miss Ward, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Like you and I talked on the phone just a couple Sundays ago for 90 minutes, right? Like we're getting around and we're challenging each other. We're asking the right questions and we're just all trying to grow and evolve and elevate the industry. Like I've said from the beginning, our goal is to elevate the appliance repair industry one podcast at a time. And I really feel like we're doing that by just varying who we talk to. So as for my favorite episodes, man, it's so hard to narrow it down. I've really loved all of them. You know, the early episodes, we kind of didn't know what we were doing. It didn't sound good. It didn't look good. But we kind of have worked our way along and found a better groove. And we're not putting content out unless, you know, it's above a certain caliber. I will say I really did the 2 live interviews that I did when I was down at the Brand Source convention were excellent. Like it was so much fun. Miss Ward, you were talking about people being humble, and I just Scott Brown and Susan Brown, Master Samurai, like just they are the most humble people that I think I've ever met, and they're both just so smart, right? Like they're both engineers. Literally, both of them are engineers. Mrs. Samurai, like she really kind of helps Scott bring it down to the level that the rest of us are at, because sometimes he's just talking so far above our technical level, right? So she really kind of helped bring that home. But even when you're talking to him one-on-one, like he's so humble. It's so cool. And then my buddy Tim Gianelli was the other live one, and I mean he too was like just super humble. Gave a ton of good business advice and just shared a ton from his experience of, you know, like this is how I started and this is family business and just like where he came from and how that all laid in. So, those were awesome. And the tool episode, everyone loves the tool episode. It's up there as one of our most watched, episodes, just because, you know, there was so much value in it, and we can't wait to do some more live ones. We're all pretty much going to be at ASTI convention down in Florida in January, and we're looking forward to that and bringing the podcast gear, so we'll be able to do some live episodes. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to that. So, yeah, I mean, it's grown, it's evolved, it's gotten better along the way. And so we're really excited. So, um, there's more to come. I'm excited to see what's down the road. And kind of how these other episodes lay in, right? So one of the questions that I want to ask you guys is like where I kind of know where TK and I are thinking things are going, and obviously we don't have a clue where we're going, right? We have a rough idea, but like where do you guys see the things? Where do you see us heading as a group? Where do you see us heading as a podcast? I kind of see the podcast. It is morphing more into almost a news source, and a platform really for technicians and business owners. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on this?
Well, I know not to give away anything, but you think the first 29 have been good. We got a couple ringers, 3 ringers already in the books, waiting to drop next. So stay tuned. We got a couple big names in the industry. A lot of you know them, YouTube personalities, and then we got another franchise owner that we're excited to bring out to you. I'll tell you, it's going to be hard to beat the first 30. I'll tell you that. We want to interview more people in the industry that are doing things that maybe they're not normal, but it's working. You're passionate about it. We ain't just all about talking to people that have the same opinions and ideas as us. We've all improved our businesses over this past year by talking to other business owners. And we've already mentioned things that we've changed to make our businesses better. I love networking, meeting people smarter than me. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I just want to be in the room. And I like how Miss Ward says it. When they're giving it away free 99, show up. And that's why I try to show up to the roundtables. I try to show up in the conversations in Facebook. That's why I love being on the podcast, because a lot of you out there are doing big things, and we notice, and we want to put you out. We want to put you out and share it with everybody. So if you think you're doing something that is game changing, and you want to help the industry, send us a message. We want to talk to you. Other training facilities, we'll call out Fred's. Fred's, where you at? We ain't talked to you yet. Hit us up. I'm going to pass.
Yeah, well, I think that in the normal progression of things, that there's gonna come a point where this podcast is gonna offer tools that are desperately needed in the industry for people who are transitioning from service techs to business owners and things of that nature. Like, for instance, how I have my coaching and consulting side. I didn't get into this to do that. That was not the plan. But I started doing it, like even with my channel, was because of the questions I would always get. And the reality is, anyone who knows me when I'm working, don't bother me. When I'm visioning and in process, don't bother me, because I'm in my zone. And then in order for me to project and create what I see in my mind, I have to be focused. So a lot of times I'm gonna come off rude, crude, and all that, and y'all know I really don't care. I've been playing in the sandbox with the boys for a long time, so I got tough skin. At the same time, I also realize that there are people who are in desperate need of guidance and leadership in some ways and areas, or they just need an extra, somebody to put a battery in their back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that. But, there are avenues to do that. And I feel like this podcast is going to develop relationships with people, places, and things that we can actually sign off on and say, okay, this is an option, and we sign off on it. And that's a very delicate thing. Like with me, I'm the first one to say, don't touch my name to no drama. you know, I'm the first one to say, because the reality is that a lot of people talk about it, but they don't be about it. They put the numbers up. They can't, all this fluff. But there's one thing about Miss Ward. Every time you go to Solid Steps of Wealth channel, I'm keeping it raw and uncut. I'm showing you I'm out in the field. I'm dealing with everyday drama, the same thing you're dealing with. You think I'm elevated on a level? No, I'm right there with you in the ranks, because I'm all about gathering data and being better. And I'm one of those people that feel like I got to put my hands on it to do it. So like I said, my consulting and coaching came out of those experiences and people asking questions. But I feel like where this podcast is headed, that in some shape and form, we're going to be able to give this out in a universal way that touches and helps everybody. A lot of time we have these courses and places that, they got a quote unquote blueprint, but they negate to tell you that the blueprint doesn't fit everybody, it doesn't work in every area or a walk of life. And, not everybody's going to be Miss Ward, who will come in and take it, flip it, and dip it, and make it mine, and don't have a problem with it, because I see opportunity, I see vision. I'm very clear that I'm responsible for my success. So, like I said, I just feel like this is going to be, I feel like we're already a cornerstone, but I think that years from now, people are going to look back at this vintage footage and say, oh, I remember when Miss Ward, she kept that uniform, that automotive looking uniform. Everybody else roll around in t-shirts, polos, I'm keeping it
Hey now.
right in time.
Hey now.
But I'm keeping it this way simply because of how I approach. I'm going into these homes, blah, 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 and I understand what I got to do to separate myself from the competition and to move better than the big boys. But we all have our different approaches, and that's okay. And that's what, again, going back to what I love about the group.
Yeah, all of us are we're showing off our shirts, right? I'm rocking the t-shirts. I had the Dickies. I couldn't do them anymore. EJ over there has the polo. He's rocking the polo. So it's oh, Miss Ward. Yeah, so it's definitely been a fun journey, and we're really excited to see where this is all going to head to. We're super excited to meet you guys at ATSI. If you think you have something to add to the conversation, find us down there. Let's have a conversation. Hit us up in the groups. Reach out to us. Message us. If you have something and you're out there elevating the industry, we want to talk to you. This podcast isn't all about us. It's not all about what we think and what we feel. We're in this to elevate the industry. And if there's people that are elevating the industry, we want to bring you to the forefront. We want to share who you are, what you're doing, and we want to see how we can partner alongside of you. It's been such a fun journey. I just so enjoyed working alongside TK, working alongside EJ, Justin, Miss Ward. Like, you guys are amazing. Getting to walk in and be in the same room as Scott and Susan Brown and have conversations with them. It's been so much fun. So, we're 30 episodes deep. There is so much more coming. There's so many things that are happening in the background. Miss Ward's kind of hit on some stuff. Like, there's things that we just cannot tell you because we're not set up yet. Like, there's so much going on in the background. The website is coming up. We have all these things that we want to do, and we have to do them in a very specific progression. So just stay tuned. One of the other things that I will encourage you, one of the negative feedback, probably the only negative feedback that I've really gotten other than TK's mic dropping out here and there, is that they didn't like an episode because we talked too much about business, or they didn't like an episode because we talked too much about tools or techs or, whatever. If you don't like an episode, it's okay. Watch the next one. Or watch the one after that, because we change so much. We do want to get some manufacturers on here. We do want to interview some more schools. I'm calling you out, Dyer. We want to get you guys back on. Freds, we want to get you guys on here. We haven't heard from you. You heard EJ say it. Freds, we want to get you on here. If there's other schools that we don't know of, we want to have a conversation with you. Manufacturers, yeah, absolutely. We have a chance to chat with Marcone, MSA. We just haven't lined that up yet. We talked to some board members from United Servicers. So like, we're chatting with everyone. There's something here for everyone, whether you're a CSR, a tech, a business owner, it doesn't matter. We don't care. If you're in the appliance repair industry, we're here for you. And we want to help make you better at what you do, no matter what you do in the industry. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming along with us. And to my co-host, I so appreciate you guys for being here. Again, we miss TK. We miss the man with a plan, but we'll get him out here promoting this episode. And we thank all you viewers for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, doing all the things. If you're supporting us on Patreon, you guys are awesome. We appreciate you so much. That's all I got for this very special 30th episode. Stay tuned for the coming weeks. Make sure you click that bell. Like, comment, subscribe, and share as always. Appliance Alliance Podcast, signing off.